It was a mission getting set up today. A mission. What can I say? But great to be here. How does the mic sound? Is that alright? So still setting up whilst I'm playing that track with the wrong sound on my guitar and everything. But I've changed my top, which is good. Something different. So who we've got here? Jenna. Hi. I decided to go for that really early 80s, late 70s kind of a look for the thumbnail. Absolutely freezing in here, by the way. Hi Exam, how are you doing? How's it going? Yeah, there's a lot going on as my setup kind of develops. There's more and more things to do, isn't there? But I did spend a little bit extra lying in bed, thinking about nothing, thinking about getting up. That was the thing. Skull. What do you think? Hi Sam, how's it going? Oh, Sean. Silent Robs. Stop motion. Hi Tom, how's it going? Try and get these hands warmed up. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Try and explain what I'm doing there later. Right, it's 10 minutes long. That's about as much as I can be bothered to do. Alright, let's have a look at the chat. Legato ain't the easiest, bro. I've been working and seen some progress, but on those legends, but not on those legend levels yet. Yeah, I mean, the more and more I get into Legato, the more and more there is to find out about it. So the more and more there is to work on. So I mean, for me on my Legato journey, because there's so many like parts to it that you have to kind of be, you have to be able to be accomplished at. And I think for me is because I've been through lots of phases of it. For me at the minute is actually controlling picking dynamics. I know this probably doesn't sound like Legato, but just being able to control the pick. And we're talking about this yesterday on the channel. And I'd spend loads of my time during the day when I'm on, because I spend it like at work, I spend a lot of time on acoustic guitar. And I'm just playing being just mindful of how hard I'm playing. Because really you're wanting the pick just to give enough energy to the string. This is not all the time, this is like a different kind of dynamic you can have in your legato. See, I'm getting close to it there on the ascending. And it teaches you how to be relaxed as well, because that's the other thing, you need to be totally relaxed. And what we're trying to do is make sure that the legato and the pick, well, the pick isn't louder than the legato. I think like what I have to do is combine it with some hybrid picking just to kind of lessen the effect of the pick. There you go there. I haven't, no, do you know what I'm on? I'm on the mushroom tea. Lion's mane. So when I wake up in the morning, I have a lion's mane coffee. I've had 2 actually, to increase my cognitive function. And then, cause like you might wake up a little bit dehydrated, I have one of those crushed up ISO tablets, which I have at work. So you know, like if you have a tired afternoon and I've got to play it and I've lost coordination, I usually have one of those, and like the coordination in my body comes back. Very good. Absolutely no tension at all. Also, practicing legato slow really helps as well. Resisted the urge to speed up. Because you're going to get more noise to control the slower you play. Yeah, it sounds cool, doesn't it? You get that Alan Holdsworth sound, you know? Like if you have something, I'll just quickly put this track back on. You can get like, I'll tell you what, no, I'll just play a bit of this one. Saxophone there. So yeah, we can come back to that track in a minute. So just playing like slow and controlling everything, controlling the noise coming off the guitar to get that super pristine, clean legato is what you want. Somebody asked about intervals. Can you tell me about intervals? I still don't understand. Okay, so intervals is just really a measurement between two notes, okay? I'm sure we all know a C major scale, right? So if we have a C major scale, we'll put it in like we'll do it here. C major. And then all we're going to do is we're going to number the notes. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? We've got 7 notes in the C major scale. 8 is the octave, so that's just 1 again, really. Now, the reason that we number the scale is because if it was letters like C, D, E, F, G, if we change to a different key, like say A, then we get A, B, C sharp, D, all the letters change. So that's like, you have to remember 10 times more, so that's like rubbish. Plus you would have to remember this numbering system as well, because it's the only way to kind of do the intervals. So there's only one stream of thinking. When you're improvising, everything you're thinking about, you need to think in the most simplest form, because you have to it has to get into your brain, it has to be instinct, which is why this number system's really, really good. So just as a side note, I'd just like to just talk a little bit about how our brains function when we're learning, okay? So when you're learning something new, okay, our brains tend to use the prefrontal cortex. So that's the front of our brain, the front lobe, the bit that makes us human, where creativity kind of happens, okay? This is the analytical mind. When we talk about creativity, we're talking about, well, solving problems. There's a quote from John Cleese, who actually is a famous British comedian, but he actually he's like one of the top funders for creative research and neuroscience. So what he says is creativity is a method of operation. Now, what he means by a method of operation is the fact that when you are being creative, you are fixing a problem. Now, because when we're using our creative brains and its prefrontal cortex, it's the least developed part of our brain, and that means we tend to feel like tired. Now, when we're improvising, what you want to do is you want to get all of this information from your thinking, working part of your brain into the older part of the brain, into the back part, which is where we do things instinctively. So, for example, if you drive, you'll notice if you can drive a car, you can drive and you can chat and put the stereo on, all these kind of things, right? You can do other things because the actual, when you get good at driving and you get experienced at it, driving becomes unconscious, and that's what we want our improvisation to be like. We want it to be unconscious. So I think it's very empowering when you were aware of this principle of like learning something and then experiencing it becoming instinct, because that's what we want. So the numbering system is going to help us get there, because it's like less baggage, isn't it? So okay, we've numbered the scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it's just the distance between notes. So if we take like just a C major triad, okay, like a C chord, okay, and we measure those intervals, what we've got is a C triad is made up of the first, the third, and the fifth. And if we number those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 3, 5. There's a formula to it. And then we have our 3-octave, beautiful C major triad. Okay, let's say we wanted to play a major 7 arpeggio, right? Well, we just need to add 7 to this, don't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I know that note's going to be involved. And we're going to have like the C major triad. So now what we've got is the first, the third, the fifth, and the 7th. So the 7th is just the distance between those two notes. Now, let's say we have a flat 7. Well, what's a flat 7? Well, if you flatten something, you drop it down a semitone. And then we just have a regular 7th, like the dominant 7. Okay? Flatten 7th. If we wanted minor, well, you just flatten the third. So a minor triad is a flat 3. So the other thing is to remember, how do we get up, because the highest we can have is 13, right? So a 13 and 9s, how do we, I mean, I love 9s. So how do we get to a 9? Well, when we number the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when we get to 4, that's what you would call, you know, it's a perfect fourth, and we have a perfect fifth. Now, the perfect fourth is a suspended chord, so you can have suspended chords of that. You'll have seen that, a sus4 chord, or a sus2 chord. Oh, we've got the 11th as well, and we've also got the second, which is suspended. So the way it works is we've got 1, and we've got 2, and then 2 is also the 9. Well, if you continuously count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we know is the octave. 8, the next one's 9, isn't it? So 2 is also the 9. 4 is the fourth, the perfect fourth, the sus4, but it is also the 11th. And the 6th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is also the 13th. Right. How mad is this? You've got me teaching, right? Right, Tom, is this making this clear for you? Because if there's something you don't understand, let me know. Okay, Tim, teaching how to play. Right, right, anybody here, okay, if you're wanting to learn, hold on, how am I going to get this? I can't remember how I did it last week. If you want to learn to play, you can contact me. I'll just give me 1 second. Oh, I know where I've got it. Oh, right, Enzo's got it there. So there it is. Copy and paste that number. That puts you directly in contact with me on WhatsApp, okay? It's just that nobody else can see what we're talking about. You can message me directly. So, and we can have a chat. So remember, there's a lot of different services involved in this. You can, if you want a guitar lesson, there's limited space, so get in quick. But if you want to join a coaching group, there's 2 coaching groups to join, which is cool. There's a few spaces available there. And then my favourite thing is one-to-one coaching. So if you want a one-to-one coaching session, which is basically where I help you facilitate the skills that you already have, this is where my heart lies, then I'm all in on that. So yes, basically when you come for a lesson, it's a Zoom call, and it's fully recorded like this, and you would have a recording of it. So I'll either just record the whole lesson, or at the end I'll just summarise what we're doing, and it's an hour. So you would have like a recording to take away. I should give people more details, so always do that. So anything you were kind of stuck on in the lesson, I would include in the video, and I would make sure that would have special. So yes, you get a video and you can just skip to that. And it's a one-to-one call. So lesson, like all of my teaching, like I love the fact being in a room with somebody and being able to ask questions, and that whole dynamic thing that goes on is what I'm all about. I mean, I have taught, but the coaching things where which I think people get the biggest gains from. But yes, stuff like this is important. So intervals. So we've got 1, to summarise, we've got root, so that's 1. 2 is also the sus2 and the 9th. 3 is 3. 4 is the sus4 and the 11th. 5 is the 5. 6 is the 6th and also the 11th. 7 is the 7 and 8. And that's it. So I hope we got that. And now it's time to play something. Hi Donald. Yeah, definitely reach out, Scott. Alright. I'm doing something at the moment, so I won't be saying anything, but I'll be listening. That's cool. I wonder what you're doing. Practicing guitar, hope. Yeah, clean as fast as you can. I've been cleaning as well, cleaning my plane up. If you're liking the shredding, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed. Thanks, Renner. Anyway, God, that's just minutes just fly by. So things I've been working on. So we're talking about, somebody was mentioning fretboard visualization. That's like a really hot topic, honestly. I don't know if this is just something that's suddenly been mentioned in the last year, but everybody's like on about fretboard visualization. And like everything you do to do with playing is fretboard visualization, isn't it? Any structured pattern. But I know I sound like a broken record, but one of the very helpful methods that I've had, again we did a bit of this yesterday, is the Greg Howe approach. So if we take a scale and then we map sort of the arpeggio around the scale. So I'm doing a lot of patterns. I'll tell you what, we need to pick a key. Maybe this one. Are we okay with C sharp minor? So C sharp minor, we'll just go like the first sort of position ish. So we're here, and what I'm kind of focusing in on is like an arpeggio. So often you'll hear me play this. So that's a C major 7 arpeggio. Sorry, E major 7, I'm saying C major. My brain's on autopilot. So we've got 1, 3, because we know our intervals now. 5, 7, root again. 3, 7, octave. Now, traditionally, when you're a shredder like me from the 80s, what we would do is we would then play a scale. Except when we get here, we jump up a fret. So this allows us to have 3 notes per string. But unfortunately, it forces you to play in a certain way. And it's not always the most musical. So it is good to know sort of the 3 notes per string. That helps with the fretboard visualization. But it actually comes to playing, not so great because of that jump. The other thing you'll notice is when I'm playing this arpeggio, this part of the scale moves away from the arpeggio. Now, the game here is what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the arpeggio notes as target notes because I know they're going to sound good, right? Especially if I'm landing just on that, you know, on the root chord, or if I'm landing on a C minor 7 chord, or a B major chord. It's gonna like that. This E major 7 arpeggio is going to work over a lot of different chords. So it makes sense to kind of use the major arpeggio almost like a scale. So if we just play about with that. So this is like C sharp minor, I'm playing an E major arpeggio. So all of these notes sound good. This could be the best demonstration of this that I've ever done. Whoops, cheated. Anyway, there's only so far I can go with playing up and down that major 7 arpeggio, isn't it? But you probably agree with me that, hey Jar, how you doing? And also thanks for the compliment. So you'll agree with me, the notes sound good, but it gets a bit boring, and we are very limited to our 4-note arpeggio scale thing that we're doing, that we're improvising. No, I don't put bacon fat on my hands. But I do like, sometimes I do like, there's certain hand sanitizers I quite like, which is quite, anyway. So the next part of this, okay, is we'll map the scale onto it. So remember, for shredders, we were actually doing this semitone jump when we get onto the E and B strings. B and E strings, I should say. What we're going to do is we're not going to do that now. What we're going to do is we're going to have a scale that looks like this. So if you notice, I'll start it from the E major arpeggio. So you want to visualise these arpeggio notes and then the scale on top of it superimposed. And the pattern is 3 notes on the 5th string, 3 notes on the 4th string, 2 notes, and then we're going to come back a semitone, and then we're going to play 3 notes. So there's the arpeggio, and there's the scale. And you can see how beautifully mapped the scale is to the arpeggio. So what does this mean? What it means for us is that we can start disguising the arpeggio notes with scale notes, and we can have a different kind of melodic approach, different sound, kind of very melodic, maybe slightly more sophisticated sound. If we compare it to another mode, which is also really good to go in and out of, because I like to go in and out of that idea, but also with the pentatonic scale. So if you've got like your standard pentatonic stuff, we could mix the two things together. And to me, that sounds really, really good. It sounds good, and it's fretboard visualization. Arpeggio, scale, mapped on top of each other. Cool, isn't it? Like, let's hear it in practice. Let's just a few little bits. So that was pentatonic. Three notes of the string within a step. Okay, and there we have it. So I hope that was helpful. So I usually equate C minor with G minor, so from there is how I visualize the fretboard. That's just how I do it personally. No, that's fine. I mean, anything that kind of helps you visualize the fretboard is good. I've been through lots of different phases. Obviously, I've had the 3 note per string phase, shredding, and then all this sort of arpeggio thing, which was like very much disjointed from the scale, and that solution that fixes it all. And this is how Greg Howe does his thing. He's the guy who, I mean, the only problem with that is you've got to get used to that 2 note sort of thing that you've got on a 3rd string, but it's seriously opened up lots of doors. I mean, at the minute I'm working on playing in really sort of awkward parts of the scale. Let's just see if I can get a better zoom on the old fretboard here. Down. You know, so as we're in C sharp minor, we have this part of the scale. So it's become possible to like play and make things sound okay in like really difficult positions, which I don't like. So here, the arpeggio would have an A flat minor 7, and then we're mapping this scale. So we've got 3 notes: 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now we've got that little shape there: 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's give it a go, because I'm messing it up here, right? For an idea. So that's me sort of playing in a position I don't particularly like. Well, there's a nice little arpeggio thing there. wish I could play guitar. I can barely play drums. Well, it's all about practice, isn't it? Well, the frequency and how you practice. Alright, could we have some more likes? And I better play some more tunes, really. Let's go on to Spotify. The camera seems up. Widdly war. Alright. Wasted. Let's see if the camera can come back on. I bet you prefer this camera than the other one. More relatable. This camera also moves. I'm fully, but you got it just set it. There you go. What triad pairs do I prefer? Oh, that's a good question. So there's an E flat major 7, D minor 7, So everything contained in those. So you've got a G minor, an A flat major, you've got a D flat major, and a G minor. Yeah, and an A flat, B flat major. It's quite good. That sounds good. Tell you what, I should have a look at Dreamstream. Consider Dreamstream's a load of stuff. Synthwave Party. That's a decent tune. Demonetize my channel, why not? Where is it? See if I can remember any of these. Wow. What's this? Pretty good tune, this. Nice Strat player. So I'm just having a blast on some Dreamstream tracks. Inner Space. Let's have a look at What was the other one? Fires. Yeah, they only last a couple of minutes long, don't they? And that's so you have to like play it again when you're jamming, so you get more rotations and more money. That's the idea. I think it's cup of tea time. So, anybody want to talk about anything else? Music related, preferably? So, I've got in this thermos cup. It's a designer on this. Nothing but the best on this channel. Right, any other guitar type questions? Tone related questions. I never do much on guitar tone. Oh, that's a very good question. Do you any advice on how to take good care of your tendons? Yes. Learn to relax. It's all about relaxation, and it's all about, I mean, Legato's taught me how to relax. You know, just simply by the sheer nature of, like, if you do hammers only, it's a great place to start. Is, you know, to trigger a note, you don't have to hit the fretboard really hard. It's a perfectly acceptable note there. See how close? So only have to basically find the exact point in the fret I need to hit, and the exact part of my finger. And do that with all my fingers. That way, you know, I'm not gonna, and I mean, I'm not even using a pick here. This is just like left hand only. And that's no effort whatsoever. So yeah, just optimizing on everything. So that's the first thing. Yeah, just relaxing. I mean, I do a lot of playing, and I mean, I'm fully booked till for the next very long time. Technically, till I'm 67 years old. So. You know, and even then, musicians don't retire, do they? So I'm going to go beyond that. So it's absolutely important for me to like look after tendons. Having said that, inevitably you are going to end up with some problems. I have got rotator cuff injuries, which actually are getting better, and part of that will be because I'm doubling down on this economy of motion. But luckily I'm not really feeling any pain when I'm playing, you know. But it just means if I do, I've got to relax even more. I don't have to stop playing. I've just got to play with even more economy. Which I don't mind, it just means I'm practicing economy. Enzo, muting, palm and noise gate helps some causes if you have a lot of gain. Yeah, now to be fair, right, I don't think I'm using a lot of noise gate here. In fact, look at this. That's how much noise gate I'm using. 2.9%, and that, it's only to get rid of the hiss. The reason I do that is so I can roll my volume back. So yeah, so the whole thing about noise, I'm controlling it with my hands. I mean, like I want tone to like come from as much of me as possible, not the equipment. This is why I like acoustic guitar so much, you know, because it's just, you know, I can really hear the sound of me without the effects. So there's a good exercise there, actually. Hammers only, doing things where you just got one note per string. Just getting the tone right for that first finger. Do a pentatonic scale. But yeah, noise gates are fine. Yeah, I mean Enzo does yoga, so he knows these things. Stretching in a full range of motion is key to keeping those shoulders healthy. That's what I need to do. I don't do that. Really. Experimental. Dev, how you doing? So please subscribe, anybody on here who's new, and let's have some more likes. Oh, you got tickets for Mateo, cool. What a player he is. chords in this back: E, A, C sharp minor, B, F sharp minor. And then it goes to an A and a C sharp minor, B and an F sharp. Alright. So we've got a few minutes left. Anybody want to ask anything or any sort of last sort of questions or thoughts? Feels like B major. Okay. I've just gone for E major. Alright, Eric Johnson is going to be European too. Oh, that'd be good. I should check the dates out. I should go to a gig, but I never go out. Other than here in Thomas's house and work. It's the kind of excitement I have. The slightly more relatable camera. Oh, hi Zolfi, how's it going? I'm doing good, just kind of winding the stream down, coming to an end. Do give a like though. And anybody here, I wonder if the, oh there we go, subscribe. And then anybody who is wanting lessons or stuff like that, coaching, inquiries, here. Well, I would love to. I would love to go see guitarists at a live show. Definitely, you know, I'm into that idea. So I tell you what, we'll try an experiment. I want opinion. So I'm using my Osmo camera here, right? What do you think of this lens? Let's see if I can get it to work. It didn't work the other day. It freaked out. I've got what is called an anamorphic lens, but it didn't like the weight of it the other day. What do you think of that? It's pretty cool, eh? So the anamorphic bit, that just It just gives you that kind of spaghetti western feel, doesn't it? Hi, Deborah Jan, how you doing? Good to see you. You like it, Jenna? Well, I'll keep with this. It's definitely got like a cinematic kind of thing to it, hasn't it? I need a better LUT though, I think. Looks quite good on the guitar, just a bit. Thanks, Dev. Probably my favourite keys. I used the black one at Thomas's the other day. Oh, you have Master of Puppets in 3 months along with Mr. Mustache. Cool. Galactic. So the numbers in the chat for coaching, lessons, that kind of stuff. If you want to get in contact, feel free. Just about to finish Galactic, but it's great to see you. Alright, so that's it for me today. I'm going to sign off and I'll be here tomorrow morning for some more shredding, some more lessons, general stuff. At some point, I know I keep saying it, we will be doing some music tech stuff because I've got a song I'm working on which I need to kind of push over the line, and there's some kind of boring musical admin to do on it, so I just want to build my numbers up a little bit, which is going very well, I must admit. So I'm quite pleased with that. So that's it from me today. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and make sure you get the notifications. There's the subscribe button, and I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time. Alright, bye for now.